Hello and welcome. Welcome to a new vlog. Welcome if you are new here. Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm a full-time writing instructor and a part-time content creator and indie author. It's great to have you here. If you are one of my lovely returning friends, welcome back. It's great to have you here. It's Saturday. It hasn't been that busy of a week as far as like work and writing, but it's been a very active week, so I'm definitely ready to just sit and relax and do as little as possible for the weekend. But I still haven't finished my book. So if you watched 2 vlogs ago, the last writing vlog, didn't think I would do much writing on Tuesday. I didn't. I knew I wasn't going to do any writing on Wednesday. Didn't, because I went hiking up at Lynx Lake again. That's the last vlog prior to this one going up. Did no book work or edit of any kind on Wednesday. I thought I would get back into work on Thursday, but I was so tired after my hike on Wednesday that I just laid on the couch on Thursday. So nothing got done on Thursday, and then yesterday ended up being a very busy day. I went to Whole Foods with Mom, then I went to Target. Oh, first, before Target, I went to TJ Maxx. Definitely have some stuff to show you from there. I went a bit candle wild yesterday between TJ Maxx and Target. So I've got a candle haul for you, and that's part of a combined TJ Maxx and Target haul. So we'll do that in just a moment. Came home, had a late lunch, and then dashed back out again for physical therapy. My first physical therapy appointment in like 6 or 7 weeks. Felt better afterwards. Then after physical therapy, it was not that late in the afternoon, but I really didn't feel like working. So I knew I wasn't gonna get any work done. So it's like, well, what's a good use of my time other than laying on the couch? So I went to the pool. I went to my swimming pool for the first time in years. Like, I don't think I went much the summer of 2019. I feel like 2018 I went a lot. I think once I graduated, that was a whole summer of just rest and relaxation, and so I was going to the swimming pool a lot. And then I feel like I didn't go as much in 2019. And then 2020, they had rules about the pool, like no more than 10 people in the pool at a time, and I just didn't want to deal with like what happens if I'm in the pool and an 11th person walks in. But then the last couple years I just have been like really like cozy hibernating mode, so didn't go to the pool much the last couple years. But I really want to start going to the pool again this summer, and so that felt great. So yeah, yesterday was very busy. Today, I know I'm not going to make up on the lack of editing I've done this week. I'm not even gonna try, but I really wanted to finish my book. So the first draft of Independent Hearts 3. So I'm gonna try to do some writing today. We'll see how much I can do, but I did vlog yesterday going to Whole Foods, TJ Maxx, Target, and I vlogged a little bit at the pool. So I'm gonna show you that right now, and then I'll show you what I got. don't get too excited because there's nothing that exciting in this haul. But I feel like other than Whole Foods, like I haven't really gone out shopping anywhere in ages. And so even though this is a pretty like standard, boring Target haul, I still wanted to show you. Some of this is writing snacks for throughout Camp Nano. So this is gonna last me throughout the month of July, if not longer. I restocked the Kinder Bueno bars. I've been out of those for a while and they are a better price, I think, at Target than they are at World Market. Ghirardelli dark chocolate and sea salt caramel squares. Those just sounded really, really good. And I got some Haribo Gold Bear gummy bears. Gummy bears and jelly beans, I swear, just that little like hit of sugar for writing. It doesn't take much, just a little bit will do. Okay, then this is the beauty bag. This is the boring stuff. I stocked up on all of the little like bathroom soft items, whatever you call these. Cotton swabs, cotton balls, and cotton rounds. Wanted to stock up on those. Stocked up on a couple of the little mini Clorox to-go packs, so small disinfecting wipes. I always have one of these in, so I got two. I always have one of these in my handbag. Then I got a giant bottle of conditioner. This is not my, OGX is one of my favorite brands. This is not my favorite scent. It's still really lovely, but I like the keratin oil one, or the Keratin Plus. It's their anti-breakage one. I love the scent of that, and they were all out, which was really disappointing. I do like this one. I've got the shampoo version of this one. The problem is I ordered it from Amazon thinking I was buying a shampoo and a conditioner, and I accidentally bought 2 shampoos. So yeah, I then ordered another bottle of the conditioner, but one bottle, regular size bottle of the conditioner will not last me very long. So I'm hoping this will run out around the same time that those 2 bottles of the related shampoo run out. And then I bought another bottle of the Sally Hansen Extreme Wear glitter nail polish in, this is shade Strobe Light, which is the pretty pink one. And then I bought a clothing item at Target, which I haven't bought a clothing item from Target in a while, but, and this is gonna be hard to show, it's just a basic white cotton button-down shirt, but it's like a loose fit one. So even though this is, I feel like I bought a size down from my usual size, it still was a loose fit on me, whereas my normal size was way too big and baggy, which was really disappointing because they also had a blue with white stripe. I might go online and order that one and just get it online since I know it fits. They're 98% cotton, 2% spandex, so they do have a bit of stretch in them, but it's just such a perfect, relaxed fit. I don't even really need the stretch, but it definitely feels more like a cotton shirt. It doesn't feel like it's, like the bit of spandex doesn't change the fabric content of this, so I think this will be really great, really nice and lightweight. Throw this on over a tank top, tie it at the waist. I can wear this with skirts. Then in the autumn and winter, like this will be great on campus. So very, very excited. I've been looking for just a basic, classic white button down. It's got long sleeves that do go all the way down to my wrist, but in the summer I can roll them up. So yeah, very excited. I honestly might order a second one of these. So I might go online, order one more of the white ones, and then try to get that blue one as well. And then the last things from Target and the things from TJ Maxx are candles. I couldn't help myself. I went a little crazy, definitely by the time I got to Target. So with Camp Nano coming up, I was trying to find project candles. I need a project candle for Across the Pond 5 because that's gonna be the next project. But at TJ Maxx, I was also looking for a candle for Royal Romance. We'll get to that in a moment. So I don't know if the candles I got at Target will be the project candle for Across the Pond 5. I'm still on the fence. They might start off that way, and then if I can go to a different TJ Maxx or Home Goods and find something I like better, because I had been thinking something floral because that one's going to be set in summer, But then I saw these. First I saw this one. This is by the Chesapeake Bay candle brand, but this is called Snuggly Sweater. And this one's very light, but I do like it, and it's not overly fall or winter. It's not like that heavy. It is still fairly light. I don't know. And there's no scent notes for this one. It's literally just called Snuggly Sweater. But like, I've spent summers in the UK and I was still wearing sweaters in the summer. Like, then there'd be a weird random heat wave and you're boiling, but like, it's not like Arizona where you put all of your sweaters away for the whole summer. So I don't know, it did start giving me ideas for the book. And so I thought, okay, maybe this could work. But then I went around the end of the aisle, and on the end cap, they had this one, which is soft cashmere and lavender with notes of white thyme and sage. And yeah, really like this one. But it's very similar to Snuggly Sweater, but just a little bit more elevated. I feel like it does have perhaps an extra note or two in it. And this one, there is that bit of the floral and like botanical with the lavender, thyme, and sage, but then that just warmth of the cashmere. Like, I just started falling in love with this one. So I bought two. I figured a candle this size hopefully would get me through all of the outlining, writing, and editing. But also, if I needed to, I could have all three of them be the candle. So this is where we're at for now. We're gonna work with it. But I also figured if I found something in July that I just love even more and just feels even more perfect for that project, I still love these and will burn these just on my own, like not as a project candle. At TJ Maxx, so you guys have heard me, I've been trying to find, this was my candle for the start of Real Romance 1. This is by Replica from Maison Margiela. Designer luxury brand. This one little candle was like $65 from Nordstrom, but it's Whispers in the Library. It smells amazing. The fragrance description is paper and waxed wood, but it's definitely got, there's like some leather, I feel like, and some, probably a couple different woods, some leather, there's the paper scent, but then there's, I think, like some floral and maybe some amber or something like that. It's a very complex designer fragrance scent, and I love it, and it's been perfect for this project. But A, I can't find the candle anymore, and B, even if I could, I can't justify the cost. So I wanted to find something different. So I spent a good chunk of time at TJ Maxx yesterday sniffing a lot of candles and trying to find something that would make me think of this one. And of course I didn't have this there to like compare to. So I was going purely on memory of like what I feel this candle smells like. And I think I got as close as I'm going to get without going somewhere like Candle Chemistry and just trying to make it on my own, which I'm still strongly considering. Thankfully I found something, and they had two. So I got two of them. This is the Sandalwood and Musk by Leoben Co. They're not an exact, like, they're not exactly it. They are different. But again, I feel like it's because this has some extra scents that this doesn't. We're still in the right family of what I've been looking for. Like, this still has, it's still a scent I love. I do really like this. And it's still got the heart of what I was attracted to with this and what makes it feel like it's good for this project. So we're gonna work with it. I think this will be good. I think this will work for the project. So I'm now well stocked on candles for Royal Romance. I now have a giant mess of bags and wrapping, and this has been a longer haul than I really wanted to do, but hopefully I will have edited that down. I'm now gonna go relax. I need to get some breakfast or lunch, brunch at this point. It's just noon, so brunch. We'll call it brunch. And I'm just gonna relax on the couch for a little bit. I will show you the peonies I got at Whole Foods because I really wasn't sure about them. You might have noticed in the clips, their peonies were looking just a little bit ragged. But these have opened up so beautifully. I really hope they last at least, you know, into the new week. And yeah, I'm just gonna relax for at least a few hours probably, and then we'll see if I can do some writing. Okay, it is now 3 o'clock, 3:04. I'm at the desk. I've opened the window. I've opened up the curtains just a little bit. We'll see how long that lasts. I've had a lovely afternoon watching YouTube. I also got to talk to one of my friends. We were FaceTiming for a few minutes, which was really lovely to see her. I really want to write. I really want to write. So I'm at the desk. I've brought the peonies over so that I can enjoy them here at the desk. They're just the traveling peonies. I'm gonna get everything turned on and ready to write. I'm gonna get the candle lit, get the music turned on. So I will set the timer. We'll do 45 minutes, see how far we get. I think, looking at how much I was doing in 45 minutes last time, I think I might be able to finish chapter 20, which is the last chapter. So I'm gonna try to finish chapter 20 in 45 minutes. We'll see. And then we'll tackle the epilogue. We need to just start writing. So that's what I'm going to do. We will just see how far we can get. I'm hoping the magic of the end will carry me through and carry me forward, and we'll get this done. So I need to just shut up and start writing. Technically started another session, but I've paused it. But I was so close to the end of chapter 20, I didn't want to stop. So I'm just writing straight into another session. I'll finish this session, and that'll take me up to almost 5 o'clock, to about 5 o'clock. I feel like I should see how far I can get by 6, and then I can maybe stop. So we'll see. Chapter 20 is done, so now it's just the epilogue. I do need to have a think, so I probably won't start the timer again for a moment. I need to look over the outline I have for the epilogue and just have a think about things. The manuscript is now up to 98,390 words. But yeah, it's going well. It's, like I said, it's almost 4:30. I'm feeling okay. It'd be so good to just finish this book today, because then I won't have to worry about it tomorrow. Then I can just rest and relax tomorrow. It's just wild. Every time I get to a point where I'm about to finish a book, it's always just a bit like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? Have I really finished this book? Like, you start off with 0 words, and then you keep working on it and you keep working on it, and then you get 10K, and then you work on it for a little while longer, you know, and you're up to 25K, and then you're up to 50K, and the words add up, you know. This is why I'm a huge advocate of just a little bit of writing every day. It really, really, really does add up. You're never going to sit down and write 100,000 words in one sitting. So if you're thinking about it from the perspective of, I have to write 100,000 words, or maybe your goal is smaller. Maybe you're aiming for 50K, like during a NaNoWriMo type situation. But even that, you're not going to write 50,000 words in one day. So don't think about, I have to write 50K. You know, how am I going to write a whole novel that's, you know, 50,000 words or 65,000 words or 75,000 words? It's too much. It's too daunting. How can I do that? You do it one word at a time. Like, on the one hand, as a writer, writing novels, like writing these books, does feel magical. It does. Like, I'm a hopeless romantic. I love romanticizing things in my life, so I definitely can give in to the magic of writing, and it is this like magical experience that if I think about it too much, even I am like, how do I do this? And how have I done it? Six times that I can see on my shelf. This is the third book I'm finishing this year, because I've already finished Rural Romance and Across the Pond, book 4. So, like, I've done this, that's 9 times of my romance novels. And there is that very, very first book I ever wrote, which I don't speak about very often. It was my fantasy novel. So technically, I've written 10 first drafts of a novel. And if I think about that too much, it's like, how is that possible? How have I done this? But if I think about it from a more logical perspective, it really isn't anything that special. Like, it's special because I make it special. It's magical because I make it magical. But really, I sit down and I write every day, or almost every day, you know, every day Monday through Friday. And I do every day Monday through Friday most weeks of the month. Like, this week I didn't do Monday through Friday, but that's because I wrote 5,000 words on Monday. So it was okay to take the rest of the week off, and I'm now writing a good couple thousand or more on the weekend. But you know, normally I write a little bit every day. And if it's a camp month or something like that, then it's every day Monday through Sunday. But I'm still sticking to smaller word goals. I write, these novels get written because I sit down at my laptop as often as possible and I write. And I don't judge, and I don't beat myself up, and I don't make it a more complicated process than it needs to be. I sit down and I write. I think that's what makes someone a writer. It's not about whether you've been published or not. It's not about, you know, how many words you write in one session. It's not about having high word count days that look amazing on YouTube or on Instagram. It's not about having the most aesthetically pleasing desk or all the right stationery. Being a writer is just sitting down and writing and making that a priority, whether it's 2 hours a day or 2 minutes a day. It doesn't matter. Are you sitting down and writing? Being a good writer, I think, also then involves a certain amount of learning. And I don't mean like studying creative writing at a university, but just reading books on craft and reading other novels in your genre, outside of your genre, current novels, classic novels, like just really pushing yourself as a reader and reading as many different kinds of stories as possible, so that you learn more about writing through other people's writing. You know, watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, learning more about craft, but also learning how to reject stuff that doesn't resonate and not making myself feel bad because, oh, I don't write the way that person writes, or I'm not following this really you know, famous and successful author. I'm not following their advice to the letter. I don't know where I'm going with all of that other than random thoughts that come up as I'm about to finish my 10th novel. Pretty wild. But I've got a flashing battery light. It's 4:34. I need to get back to writing so that we can try to finish this today. Okay, it's done. First draft is officially finished. And we came in, so this evening, 6:31 as I'm filming this right now. So I did work late for a Saturday. Yeah, but it was worth it. So I managed to write 3,417 words today. So it was another pretty high word count day for me, which means I've done almost 9,000 words for the whole week between Monday and today, because I did 5,316 and then 3,417. So that's 5,316 plus 3,417. 8,733 words this week. So not bad at all. So we did 3,417 for the day, and the manuscript has topped out at 100,818 words. So almost 101,000, but I'm in a really good spot. Epilogue is now the longest epilogue of the 3 books, but I'm sure it will be edited and will probably end up being similar to the epilogue from the Bookshop of Possibilities. This one ended up having a few different like moments and things that needed to happen. So the epilogue ended up being 2,686 words. Actually, before I forget anything, let me do a snapshot of the whole book. How do I do snapshots again? Command 5. Snapshot's done. Okay, so now if I make any changes, I still have, which then also reminds me, so I've done the snapshots, don't have to worry about that. So that's a Scrivener feature, but I want to compile this. I'm gonna do all of this before I do anything else. Compile this to a Word document. First draft finished. Then I'm gonna go into my email and email it to myself. That way, if anything happens to my computer tonight, I have this saved somewhere. Okay, it's saved, it's backed up, it's all set, we're all good. I can't believe it. It's done. I mean, now the hard work begins. Writing is the easy part. Editing it is definitely, I don't want to say writing is the fun part, because then that implies that editing is the not fun part, but writing is definitely the easy part, and editing is much more of a challenge. I'm learning to enjoy it. I do enjoy editing, developmental editing, a lot more now than I have in the past. I feel like I enjoyed editing A Brave Start, and I think that's because the writing of A Brave Start was just scattered across so many years, and I loved writing it, but editing it was also kind of my first time being back really working on that project, because I hadn't had like a few months of like really intense writing and then shifting to editing. It was more like editing was finally allowing myself to sit and actually work on it. But then I feel like with Brave With You and More Than Fate and Bookshop and Brave Together and In of Hopes and Dreams, I feel like with all of those, In of Hopes and Dreams, I feel like I was starting to enjoy editing again. But like Brave Together, I know that book I struggled with. Bookshop, I feel like I enjoyed editing overall, but still was not totally confident in my editing, and still had that like nagging voice in the back of my head of like, all the other indie authors say don't edit your own book, and all the advice and all the Facebook groups and blah 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 say don't edit your own book. Now I'm better at just like ignoring that. I know I can edit my own books. My books get really good reviews, so like they don't get a lot of reviews, but the reviews they get are really good. The word of mouth that I hear, like not everyone leaves a review on Amazon, which is totally fine. I don't chase reviews the way I feel like some other authors do. I'd rather focus on writing the next book. But I get a lot of messages and DMs or friends, people who know me in real life, offline, who will say, oh, I loved your book. And it's like, I had no idea you even read it. So like, I know people enjoy my books, and I don't feel like that's arrogant of me to say, like, I know my books are good. Are they the best books ever written? No, but I don't think anyone writes the best books ever written, because any book you read, there's going to be someone who doesn't like it. So whether a book is good or not is completely subjective, but like, I know my books are good, and I know I can do a good job editing them. Would I be open to hiring a developmental editor one day? Possibly. I think at least once, just out of curiosity to see if it really does change anything, like if they notice something that I don't notice. Like, I think it would be interesting to edit a book as best as I possibly can and get it to a point where I'd be like, okay, without hiring someone, I would be ready to publish this book right now, and then send it to someone and see what their comments are. So like, I'm curious to see if it would change anything, but like right now I just don't have the money to put towards something that I don't know how necessary it actually is. Like, I understand the advice. Not everyone, like, just because you can edit your own book doesn't mean you should. Not everyone is capable of editing their own writing. And that's one of the areas where I feel like my academic writing background helps me, because throughout all of my academic writing and all my years in academia, also now as a writing teacher, like I have been trained to assume that everything I write is crap. That's just how academia is. You are trained by your professors, by your classmates, by other scholars, and like anyone who reads your writing. You are just trained to just assume from the beginning that everything you write is horrible, because then you can go through and find the problems. So like, you are trained to kind of, the joke in academia, and my fellow academic writers in the comments can weigh in here. Like, we all know the running joke about reviewer number 2. When you send something out for a blind review, reviewer 1 is always super, super nice, and reviewer 2 is always an absolute jerk who tears your paper to shreds. And so we're all kind of trained to anticipate what are the kinds of things that reviewer 2 would think about your writing. where are all of the flaws? Where are all the gaps in your argument? Where are all of your weak sources? Like, where are you not using strong enough sources or connecting your sources well enough to your argument? Like, where are all of the problems? And so as a fiction writer now, that kind of has translated into, where's my weak plot development? Where are my weak characters? Where are the dangling plot threads? Where is the just messy, redundant language? And so I think the problem I'm having right now with Across the Pond 4, now that my mom has finished reading it, so I've had some more alpha reader feedback, like, she doesn't have much feedback for me. Like, structurally, that book is actually in pretty good shape. There's a lot, like, cosmetically, like, superficially, there's a lot of polishing and refining, like, a lot of line editing, basically. But developmental editing, it really doesn't need much. It's probably the cleanest first draft, structurally, I've ever written. And it's a little bit nerve-wracking. So we'll see how this one goes. I'll try to get this sent out to my alpha readers in the next few days. But yeah, like, anyway, it's a long rambly way of saying, like, the writing process is done. Now we start the editing process, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. Now that I've seen how well Across the Pond 4 has been received by my alpha readers, I'm really hoping this one will have a similar response, and that this one also won't need a ton done to it structurally. I'm gonna give myself, I think, at least a week. I might sit down next weekend, the first weekend of camp, and do a quick Kindle read through. But I want to give myself like at least the next several days to not look at it, and then I'll do the Kindle read through. And I can usually tell from the first Kindle read through if it's going to need a ton of structural, developmental edit type work. And I think that's where I'm so confused about Royal Romance, because I need to do another Kindle read through of it. I'm still in the middle of doing my Scrivener read through, and then I'll do another Kindle read through before I start doing more detailed edits. But other than the fact that I felt like that book was just longer than it should be, there weren't a ton of structural issues with that one either, but it just feels like it probably needs more work. Anyway, we'll focus on Royal Romance and Across the Pond 4 in another vlog. In this vlog, it's all about Independent Hearts 3. The rough draft is done, or the first draft is done. Now I can take a break from it. I can spend this coming week focusing on my Camp Nano project, Across the Pond 5, which is very exciting to think about, and daunting, but mostly exciting. I'll talk about camp in another vlog. I was gonna try to like give my advice for camp in this vlog, but I think this vlog has gotten too long, especially with the Target and TJ Maxx haul at the beginning. And right now I'm just so focused on my excitement for finishing this. It's been a lovely writing session. The sun is finally going down. I could open these up a little bit more actually, because there's not as much sun on the building opposite now. I feel like I should probably end the vlog here though, because I feel like it's probably gotten long enough. But yeah, my 10th book, my 9th that will be published. Well, this won't be the 9th to be published. Like, this is the problem. I'm doing so many books now that they're all getting out of order. Like, my first book hasn't been published, so I don't always count it in the tally. Then there's 6 books that have been published. Royal Romance, if we discount the fantasy novel and just focus on my romance novels, then Royal Romance will be the 7th one that I've drafted. Across the Pond 4 will be the 8th. This will be the 9th, but this will hopefully be the 7th one to be published. Across the Pond the 8th, Royal Romance the 9th. So like when I'm ranking them or like listing them or numbering them in terms of which one is what to is which number to have been written versus which one is which number to be published, it's a little bit different. But yeah, if we are then including the fantasy novel, this is the 10th novel that I have drafted. And yeah, is going to be the next one to be published. Assuming the editing for this goes okay. I mean, I could, if this one needs more work, I could always publish Across the Pond 4 first, but I just really wanted this one to come out this autumn. So we'll see how the read-throughs go, because it's too soon to make that decision. But yeah, this has been very exciting. I don't know what emoji to ask for that would relate to the end. So I guess if you want a short comment option to let me know which one of you lovely people have made it all the way to the end, just put the end in the comments. Or you can leave me a pink flower emoji. There isn't a special peony emoji, but you can just leave me one of the pink flower emojis if you just want to type in a quick emoji. I can't think of a question. I'm trying. Like, I've just cut out like at least 30 seconds of me staring blankly. I can't think of a question. If you have any questions, this probably won't apply to a lot of you. If you have any special Camp Nano related questions, leave them in the comments and I might do a Camp Nano themed Q&A at the beginning of July. I can answer those questions. This vlog will go up on Wednesday, so I could answer them in the first Camp Nano vlog that I will film on Saturdays. So yeah, if you want to leave a question and have a question specifically about Camp Nano in July, either for you as a writer that you want me to answer, or as a reader that you want me to answer about my project or whatever, leave those questions in the comments. But otherwise, just leave the end or a pink flower emoji. I'm now gonna go figure out something for dinner. I'm gonna crash on the couch. I'm gonna watch some more TV and just completely relax. It's been a lot of writing this week over the course of only 2 days, but I'm also not really gonna do much writing between now and when camp starts a week from today. So I don't think I've risked any kind of writing burnout situation. I think we're still good. I look like I need to go plug in my, yeah, we're down to 12% battery on my laptop because I have been working without being plugged in. So I'm gonna disconnect everything over here and go take my laptop to be charged up. But yeah, give the vlog a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I hope you did. Say hi in the comments. Let me know how you're doing, all of that good stuff as well. And yeah, I'm gonna have a nice cozy evening. I will show you what I do this evening, but it's not gonna be much, and that will be intentional. But I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!